Self-reflection is the capacity of humans to exercise introspection and the willingness to learn about their fundamental nature, purpose, and essence.
This is the JovieSays podcast.
I know we've all heard that there's power in the tongue. I mean, I've technically heard it over time so many times. Have I experienced power in the tongue? Good and bad? Yes. And this is why I wanted to talk to you guys about keeping your goals quiet. So, with it being power in the tongue and us knowing that, what does that mean to you? Have you ever really thought about what it means to be quiet and focus on your goals without outside interruption or distractions, without other people's opinions? After all, the power in the tongue all comes down to speaking life or death into a situation. We'll talk a little bit more about how that can happen later on in this episode. But when you're working hard and letting success make the noise, why would you need to be loud about what you're doing or how you're doing it or when you're doing it? This lesson is all about saying more than is necessary. The number one reason to keep quiet about your goals is it gives you more time to focus, to hear their inner voices, to hear your own intentions. You see, telling someone your goals makes it less likely to happen. I recently read a psychology report which stated that many people felt closer to achieving their goal when they told someone about it, while others actually told people about it and they didn't feel closer to their goals. They felt like it took them away from it, that it tarnished them, tarnished the idea more so. You see, most of us make the mistake by accepting talking for doing. Talking is exactly what the word states. It means to verbally express a thought or idea. However, when you get quiet about your goals, you get that much needed time for self-reflection, self-introspect. A lot of people run from alone time to avoid dealing with their own thoughts and emotions. When was the last time you actually sat by yourself for a moment or two and reflected on your life, and reflected on your dreams, and reflected on everything that you wanted to be as a child, as a teen, even now? Find time and take time to reflect, to hear your own thoughts. Jovie says, the number two reason to keep quiet about your goals is because it gives you time to hear others' intentions. After all, you would want to know why someone wants to know you, right? Why they friended you on one of these social media platforms. Was it because of the picture? Do you guys have a mutual friend? Is there business that can be attained? Yeah, you want to know people's intentions. And a part of understanding and learning about people's intentions is listening to them. And being able to listen means shutting up and just, listening. And while you're listening, truly listen to the person talk and, listen for what they're about and what they've done in the past and who they are as a person. And you kind of get to see if that matches up with who you are or what you're doing or where you want to be in life. Or, maybe sometimes you can give bits of advice that don't have to lead to a friendship or entail people getting into your personal life or business per se. I think keeping quiet not only gives us time to hear others, as we talked about the number one reason, it gives us time to hear our own voices. But within this number two topic about giving us time to hear other people's intentions, I found out that it gives me the opportunity to become a giver. It sounds funny, but if you think about it, when we be quiet, or when we're quiet and we give other people a chance to talk, we're learning about them while we're becoming a giver. We're ultimately giving them the chance to make them feel special in that moment by gifting them our time to listen to them, right? If you can listen, you can protect yourself from the snakes that may be in your garden. If we're too busy talking all the time about what we want to do, how we want to do it, when we're going to do it, etc., we're technically giving our opponents the ball. We're giving them the recipe that keeps our garden abundant, that keeps it green. This is a space, it's a gift that you only share with people who deserve that gift. The gift of time, the gift of silence. Take time to hear others speak. While you're taking time to listen to them speak, listen out for intentions, listen out for key words, listen out for trigger words. You know, at the end of the day, people tell us who they are. Businesses tell us all the time who they are, what they're doing, and what they're, providing us, what service they have. Let people tell us the way that corporations tell us. That way we won't feel so neglected, or if you've ever felt like you've been a victim in any capacity, you won't feel like a victim. Because you'll have that moment of clarity when you'll think back and you'll say, wow, this person told me who they were the whole time, or this person told me what this experience was going to be like the whole time. I just was void of listening because I was too busy talking. JovieSays. Or what about that time you had that kick-ass idea or concept or thought or business plan? One that you knew would be a big success. The type of idea that'll get you into your dream home, or get your mom her dream car, or put more food on the table for your kids. That big idea. Of course we all have. And in my experience over the years, well, this is a bit about my experience, right? In my experience over the years, I've witnessed people listen to my ideas and then turn around and do similar things, if not the same thing. Is that not enough reason to be silent about your goals and where you're headed and what you're currently working on, or your plans, or your relationship, or anything that you hold true to yourself? Do you have to be so vocal about everything? Do you have to tell social media, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and YouTube, what you're doing at every moment? I know we all like to feel important, but I think it's important to consider, does anyone really care that we had a bad day? Does anyone really care that I think that my next business is going to be a successful one? Does anybody care that you collaborated with your local artist who's been trying to get a deal for the last couple of years? The point is to keep doing and to talk less. The point is to focus more and to talk less. The point is to listen more and to talk less. I once heard a listening ear is a running mouth. So if you can imagine you telling your greatness and sharing your gifts verbally with people who have no regard, could you imagine the amount of others that will now be a copycat or imitation of someone that they never even knew? All because you spoke your gifts, you spoke about it, you told them about it. You didn't even fully have it planned out yet, but you told them about it. I think some of us get caught up because we don't take the time to ourselves to think, to pray, to understand where we're headed. So we have half-baked ideas, and then we go and we speak to others about them to get their opinion on how we should move forward with them. And what happens? You have a great idea, you go tell somebody about it. You had a great day, you go tell somebody about it. And they might not be having such a great day. They don't respond the way that you expect them or want them to respond. Oh, I got a promotion on my job today. Oh, great, that's good for you. That wasn't the response you wanted. So now you no longer feel like your idea is valid, like your job promotion is what was meant for you. Now you're looking at things, or you may be looking at the situation like, maybe I should have did something different. It all boils down to your happiness, to your peace, to your inner voice, to your spirit, moving forward without the opinions of others, keeping quiet about everything that you have going on until it's finished. That way, it's no room for deterrent or to be deterred or to have someone's opinion to tear you down. You know how many ideas have not been born or brought to light or seen the day of light, the light of day? You know how many ideas haven't seen the light of day because people got unmotivated, all because they told someone else about it who wasn't as motivated, who probably wasn't even listening. But enough of me ranting. I'd like you guys to take this week to reflect on your goals, reflect on how you can be more silent, reflect on how the people in your life have been either a crutch or of assistance, how you guys have been able to reciprocate success and love and joy and peace in each other's lives. Reflect on how being silent can take you back to your childhood state. Watching old movies, catching up with old friends, looking through old photo books, old pictures. It's all going to make sense at the end of the day. Take time for you. JovieSays. If you're liking what you hear on the JovieSays podcast, please make sure to hit the subscribe button below and click the thumbs up. And make sure to stay tuned this fall for visual episodes of the JovieSays podcast. I'll be going live with some entrepreneurs, artists, creatives, and people around the world to talk about motivation, self-reflection, and what's working and not working. Catch you guys soon.
Self-reflection is the capacity of humans to exercise introspection and the willingness to learn about their fundamental nature, purpose, and essence.
This is the JovieSays podcast.